we're now going to do a mobility exercise program. So I want you to first of all get yourself either a rolled up mat or a roller or a towel even. You can even use a block or a book, whatever you have close to hand that you can extend yourself around. So we're going to start off lying down on our back with our hands behind our heads. We want to make sure this movement doesn't come from your neck or your lower back. So this is purely for your mid portion of your back. We keep our hips on the ground with our feet hip width apart, and our neck is always supported. And we're just going to allow the middle portion of our back to extend over that roll. So just try and relax yourself here. You can make your roll small to begin with if you're particularly tight in your mid-back, or you can make it even larger if you feel you're ready to go a little bit further into this movement. But get into this extension here and just completely relax. Do your breathing process here. So focus on your 360 breathing and just allow your body to release into this position. So this is a really nice mobility exercise for the mid portion of your back. You can start with the roller in the lower portion of your shoulder blades and then change your position slightly. So you can bring yourself further down, so you're now resting more into the middle of the shoulder blade area, and again, relax around the roll. And again, after a few breaths there, you can come down a little bit further still and be higher up near the tops of your shoulder blades, and again relax around here. Take a few more deep breaths. And if you're interested and want to go a little bit further, we can do some little extensions back and then coming forward. So it's almost like a little abdominal contraction here, but we're mainly focusing on doing this for your back mobility. This is just about loosening through your joints to begin with. So keep your chin to your chest, your neck supported the entire time. We're just encouraging that movement to come through your mid-back. Now another exercise for your mid-back is our arm opener exercise. If you need to put a pillow underneath your head to make your neck feel nice and neutral, go ahead. We do want to be neutral spine lying on our side, so we don't want this waist area here collapsing down into the ground. Push your top hip down slightly, create this curve underneath your body here. Bring your knees right up in front of your hips and move your shins forward so you have 90 degrees at your knees and 90 degrees at your hips. Now there is a bit of a tendency when you're lying down on your side to curl yourself in on yourself. So try and avoid that. Take your upper back and neck a little further back. So your back should line up with the back edge of your mat and your shins should line up with the front edge of your mat. We're going to take our top arm out in front and then we're going to reach that arm forwards and then take it up to the ceiling. Turn and look at the arm and rotate it back behind you. Now hold it here, keeping your knees together and anchored on the floor in front of you. And take a big inhalation and make your ribs expand. And as you breathe out, see if you can go a little further back. Breathe in up to the ceiling and breathe out to the floor in front. We don't want to move the lower body at all. This stays nice and still. The movement is coming through your spine. Breathe in, reach up to the ceiling, and breathe out, rotate backwards. Big inhalation, expanding 360, and breathe out, go further back, turning your neck. Breathe in, up to the ceiling, breathe out to the floor in front. Let's do some more of those. Breath in, reach up. Breath out, rotate back. Breath in to hold. Breath out, go further back. Gently opening your chest, your shoulders, and turning through your neck. Breathe in, up to the ceiling. and breathe out to the floor in front. Now try and again do as many of these as you need to until you can feel that you're increasing your range of movement. We want to feel you're getting your shoulder blade to the floor further behind you. Just be mindful you're not letting your legs lift up to compensate for any movements. Now as you come into this nice rotational stretch, you sometimes get some cricks and cracks going on. Just do it nice and gently. It's okay if you get that. It might be some joints in the ribs, in the spine, just gently nudging back into place. And if you can do that gently, just with a nice stretch and a deep breathing exercise, then fantastic. This can be a treatment as well as a preventative for the tension in your spine. So let's do one more of those. And this time, let's hold it back there for 3 deep breaths. Breathe in to expand your core. Breathe out to contract your core. Breathing in to expand your core. Breathing out to contract your core. So just bring in those elements that you've been practicing previously. And then up to the ceiling and back to the floor in front. Let's do the same on the other side. So spin yourself around, come into neutral side lying spine, support your head with your bottom hand or bring a pillow underneath there, knees up in front of your hips, stack your ankles and your knees. Top arm in front, breath in, reach up to the ceiling, turn your neck, breathe out, rotate backwards. Look at that moving arm. Breathe in, hold it there, big expansion through your core muscles. Expand your rib cage. Breathe out, go further back, turning your head. Breathe in up to the ceiling and breathe out to the floor in front. Be really gentle, listen to your body, don't go too far too soon. Gradually ease yourself into the position. Breathing in, breathing out, go a little further back with the back of your shoulder blade. Keep your hands slightly higher than your shoulder. Breathe in up to the ceiling and breathe out to the floor in front. Let's do 3 more of those. Breath in, reach up. Breath out, rotate back. Breath in to hold. Breath out, go further back. Knees together. Breathe in up to the ceiling. Breathe out to the floor in front. So hopefully now you're feeling your back loosening off a little bit and you're getting a little bit further back. You're able to turn your neck a little bit further as well. Lower body is nice and still. Last one, we're rotating. We're going back there, staying there for our 3 breaths. Creating inflation through your core as you breathe in. And then contracting your core as you breathe out. Breathing in, breathing out. One more time. Big breath in and breathe out. And then bring your arm back up to the ceiling and back to the floor in front. Now, if you feel you want to do a few more of those, just pause the video and continue on with a few more until you feel ready to move on again. Now, our next exercise is going to be our lower back traction. So again, grab your roll, or you can use a block or a cushion, and this time place it underneath your lower back, right into the lower portion of your pelvis. So we're not having it into the arch of your lower back, we're not having it down too low, we're right on the back of your pelvis, right on the sacrum part of your spine. Our knees are bent up for the moment, and we're setting up our posture, drawing our chin to our chest and our ribs to our hips. And then we start to straighten our legs out along the floor and on the other side also, and then also take your arms up above your head. Again, we're just going to relax here. So as you relax in this position, just taking your deep breaths, breathing in and out, making them nice deep breaths. You can practice your core contraction as you breathe out. Breathing in to expand, breathing out to contract. So even whilst we're doing our nice traction exercise here for our lower back, you're still able to focus on the relaxation from the deep breathing and also the activation of your core muscles. We're just lying here at the moment, such a simple exercise, but there's a lot going on, a lot that you're training your body to get into the habit of doing. So take a couple more deep breaths here. You can do this first thing in the morning, even when you're lying in your bed. You can do it at night, just before you go to sleep, if you've been on your feet all day or been sitting for a long portion of your day. Just allowing your back to release. And again, your roll can be small to begin with. You may be able to make it thicker and higher as you feel that you can get a little bit more range into the lower portion of your back again. And then when you're finished there, we're going to take our knees back to the bent position. Bring your arms back to your sides. Lift your hips up. Roll that roll out of the way. And then just come into a little knee hug. Hug your knees in and do some lower back flexions to go into the opposite direction. Now keep your head and shoulders down on the ground. Curl your tailbone up and then press it back down to lengthen your spine. Practice your breathing. Breathing in, hug your knees in. Breathing out, press your tailbone down. And then let's let go of your left leg and hold on to your right leg. If it's uncomfortable holding onto your knee, hold behind the back of your thigh. Open your chest, relax your shoulders, draw your chin to your chest. Start to scoop your core muscles in and then lift your head and shoulders up. Bring your chin right down towards your chest. Take a couple of breaths here, getting a nice stretch around the back of the hip, right up into the back and right into the back of the neck as well. Rest your head down and extend that right leg to the ceiling. Now try to hold the upper portion of your leg still, and we're going to move through the lower portion of the leg. So we're stretching the hamstrings, but we're also going to be moving the nerves through your lower back. This is called flossing. So this is our flossing exercise, working a lot of the structures through the spine, through the whole back chain of muscles. Bending and straightening your knee, pushing your heel high to the ceiling, pressing the back of your hip down to the ground. You're maintaining all the curves through your back. You have your little curve under your lower back, under your neck, with your chin to your chest and your lower ribs towards your hips. Breathing in through your nose and breathing out of your mouth or your nose, whatever is comfortable. Now keep your core contracted in and lower that leg slowly down to the ground. Don't let your belly rise as you lower that leg down. And then bring your left knee in towards your chest. So again, open your chest, roll your shoulders back, relax them. Draw your chin down slightly, lower ribs pulling down towards your hips. And then lift your head and shoulders up. See if you can bring your shoulder as close to your knee as you can to increase that stretch. Rest your head down, take hold of the back of your thigh, and then floss that leg. Breathing 360, maintaining your posture, practicing your core activation. And then we're going to keep the belly pulled in, contract the core muscles, slowly lower that leg all the way down. Let's work with a bit more speed with this one. Breathe in, hug your knee in on the right. Breathe out, lift your head and shoulders up. Breathe in, head down, extend the leg to the ceiling. And breathe out, lower your leg slowly down. Breathe in, bring your left knee in. Breathe out, lift your head and shoulders up. Breathe in, head down, leg extends to the ceiling. Breathe out, lower your leg slowly down. Breathe in, right knee comes in. Breathe out, lift your head and shoulders. Breathe in, head down, leg up. Breathe out, lower your leg slowly down. One more time. Breathe in, hug your left knee in. Breathe out, lift your head and shoulders. Breathe in, head down, leg up. Breathe out, lower your legs slowly down. Good, and let's bend up both our knees. Take our arms out wide, palms of the hands facing up to the ceiling. Step your feet wide apart. We're moving into a spinal rotation. Let's rotate our knees over to one side, but keep the backs of both shoulders on the ground. And then come back to the center with the knees. Breathe in, rotate your knees over to the other side. Breathe out, come back to the center. Let's do a few of these side to sides. Your aim is to press the inside of your top knee down towards the ground. You might feel that stretching through the fronts of your hips a little bit. It's a nice gentle stretch into the spinal muscles, especially when you're feeling a bit stiff and tight, just to start to prepare those to do a little bit more work. So these exercises here, all these mobility exercises here, you can do throughout your other workouts that you have. You can do them as a treatment if you're feeling a bit tight and sore. You can do them just to help you relax at the end of your day, to help you wind down and de-stress. Use them for whenever you need them. And we'll bring our legs together now, ankles and knees now touching. And now we'll turn the knees one way and turn your neck the opposite way. Come back to the center with your knees and your nose, and then the same the other way. Breathing in to rotate to the sides, and breathing out, come back to the center. Let your top leg roll on top of your bottom leg. So keep your knees and your ankles together. Let your hip lift right up off the floor. So we're getting a nice deep rotation through your spine, a little bit deeper than the previous one with the legs apart. Backs of your shoulders remain on the ground. You're turning from ear to ear and hip to hip, loosening the entire spinal structure. And we'll go one more each way. Draw back to the center, and you can either hug your knees in and roll yourself up to sitting, or if you prefer, roll over onto your side and bring yourself back up to your sitting position. Now we're going to have our feet just slightly out in front of us, our hands by our sides, and we're just going to do some little rocks side to side. So you do need to be sitting up tall on the top of your sit bones. If you are slouching back, you won't get as much effect through this one because we're actually tilting the pelvis sideways. So if you need to, you can either move your feet further away from you to help you sit up tall. You can also sit yourself up higher on a cushion if that helps to get that length in your lower back. With your feet a little wider apart and your hands down by your sides to keep you nice and upright. And we're just going to rock side to side. Again, you can do this sitting on the edge of your bed in the morning if you're feeling particularly tight or if you're having a spasm in your back. Nice way of loosening off through that lower portion of your back. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Back to the center. Now, finally, let's come into our 4-point kneeling position. Last couple of exercises here to loosen off through your back. Again, hands directly under shoulders. Push up from the floor. Neutral neck to begin with. Knees directly underneath your hips. Push away from the floor through your hips. And then let's arch your spine up. Tuck your chin down towards your chest. Take a big breath in at the top here. Look into your belly. Breathe out, come back to neutral spine. Breathe in, extend, and look up. Draw your shoulder blades backwards and relax them. And again, move through neutral spine. Flex your spine up. Scoop your belly in. Chin comes down. Big breath in. Hold it up there. Breathe out back to neutral. Breathe in, extend, and look up. So as we're doing this position here, we're not just sagging through the back, we're actually getting good lift through the upper portion of your back. It's not all just from sagging in the lower portion of your back. We want to get lift. And then arch back up again. Take a big breath in at the top. Breathe out to neutral. Breathe in to extend. Do as many of those as you feel that you need to do. Again, listen to your body. Set yourself a goal of doing at least 10 repetitions of everything. But if you want to do more, then go ahead, do more. You listen to your body. And then our final exercise is finishing with our little tail wag. Just the hip coming to the side slightly. Now your upper body isn't moving. This motion is a little side flexion in the lower portion of your back. Imagine getting a little contraction through the side of your waist on one side and then lengthening it back out again. And then the same on the other side. Side contraction, lengthen it back out. Maintain your posture in your 4-point kneeling position. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back to center. Sit yourself down onto your heels. Stretch your arms forwards. Tuck your chin into your chest so you're resting on the hairline of your forehead. And finish here, taking some deep breaths into your back. Make your back expand right down here in the lower portion here. Breathing in, expanding to relax all through those back muscles.